What a do, skibbity boo! It's your boy Shawnee B Gaming, and today we're going to be going over the legendary Tanuki update notes coming out today on December 15th. First, we're going to be going over Danzavero's kit, then we're going to be going over the item and god changes, and finally, we're going to end with the skin changes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe for more content. We're going to have a Danzabora guide coming out tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Danzabora's passive, Dubious Saver. Every time Danzabora actively gains gold, he stores 10% into one of his money pouches instead. When a pouch is completely filled, Danzabora gains a bonus gold and a permanent physical power increase before switching to a larger money pouch. Danzabora's 1, Fool's Gold. Danzabora rolls out 3 money bags that pass through and damage enemy minions but stop on enemy gods, slowing as they travel. Gods hit are damaged and intoxicated, dropping a gold coin that Danzabora or his allies can pick up that provide Danzabora with 10 gold. When a money bag stops moving, it reveals to be an explosive which detonates after a short delay. Subsequent hits of the money bag or explosions deal 20% damage. Danzabora's 2, Alluring Spirits. Danzabora takes a swig of a sake bottle, gaining health before hurling it in front of him and dealing damage to enemies in the inner circle. The bottle of sake applies a stack to enemies in the area, slowing, and upon reaching 3 stacks, taunting with no diminishing returns them towards the sake bottle. Enemies that take more than 30% of their max health while taunted are broken out early. Danzabora's 3, Tanuki Trickery. Danzabora creates a field where he moves faster, is slow immune, and takes less damage from basic attacks. Enemies in the field are slowed by 20%. If Danzabora leaves the field, it disappears, turning him into a leaf among other decoys that mimic his movement. In the state his movement speed is increased, he is still slow immune and can pass through enemies. After a short delay from transforming, any hit from enemy gods or if Danzabora himself attacks, he will revert back to his original state. And finally, Danzabora's ultimate, Uproarious Rocket. Danzabora summons a magical leaf which transforms into a large bamboo rocket. While preparing, Danzabora can aim the rocket within 180 degrees to lock onto enemy gods, or if he can refire the ability again to become the rocket. Once fired, the rocket will pass through and damage enemy minions, stopping on the first enemy god hit, damaging and stunning them, while dealing 50% damage in a large area. Now that we've gone over Danzabora's kit, let's go ahead and take a look at changes made to items and gods in this patch. There will be no item changes in this upcoming patch because the Smite World Championship is just right around the corner. So with god changes, we're starting with Ra. His Solar Blessing decreased his physical power from 10 to 30. Now it's going to be on a scale of 8 to 20. Decreased the magical power. It was on a scale of 20 to 40. Now it's going to be on a scale of 14 to 30. Decrease the protections when you stand in it from 10 to 30. Now it's going to be 8 to 20. Erlong Shen, Spot Weakness. Increase the mana cost. It was 60 at all ranks. Now it's going to be 60 at level 1 and 80 at level 5. Decrease the base damage. It was on a scale of 15 to 75. Now it's going to be on a scale of 15 to 63. Persephone, Grasp of Death, which is her ultimate. Decrease ult deployable HP from 5 to 3 if it hits a wall instead of a player. I think this is a really good change for Persephone. Whenever she shoots her ult, if she hits a god, she's going to be rewarded for it, and if she hits a wall and an enemy god gets trapped in it, it's going to be easier for them to get out of it. Yamoja, her Riptide, decreased the slow from 30% to 20%. I don't think that this is going to be that big of a change. And then her ultimate increased from 100 seconds to 110 seconds at all ranks. Sobek, Lurking in the Waters, decreased base damage. It was on a scale of 350 to 950. Now it's going to be on a scale of 300 to 900, so minus 50 at all ranks. I think this is a good change. Sobek's ultimate really hurts in the late game. Set, his Skewer, increased the cooldown from 8 seconds to 9 seconds. I think this is a good change. I think Set is a really strong character right now, and I think a lot of it has to do with the short cooldown on his 1. The Morgan, her ultimate, Changeling, now transfers any jungle buff or consumable potion effects she has currently active on her transformed state in her ultimate. Zeus, his Aegis Assault, or his 2, can now place this ability in locations over walls. I think this is a great change. Ymir, Ice Wall, can now place this ability in locations over walls. Terra, Crushing Earth can now place this ability in locations over walls. I think all three of these changes are really good changes. It just seems like a quality of life update. I don't think it's going to be a huge buff or a huge nerf. I think it's just something that kind of should have always been there. Bellona, her passive, increased passive duration from 4 seconds to 7 seconds. Her 1, 2, and 3 increased weapon duration from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. I think this is a really good change. It's going to be an interesting change for sure. So each time Balona uses an ability, she's going to change her stance, and now that stance is going to last 2 seconds longer. Ballona's ultimate, Eagle's Rally, now provides magical power to allies as well as physical power. The magical power is going to be 35 at level 1, 75 at level 5. Increase physical power from 10 to 50, now it's going to be on a scale of 20 to 60. Increase the flag duration, it was 6 to 10, scaling up, now it's going to be 8 seconds at all ranks. Cthulhu added a visual offset to buff and debuff effects applied to Cthulhu while in his alt state. This slightly moves these effects towards the player camera so Cthulhu's persistent effects like thorns can be seen more clearly. Hell, Stance Attunement, fixed an issue where her passive was only increasing healing from abilities and FG buff, now increases healing from all sources. Fixed an issue where her healing bonus wasn't properly ramping up over time with her passive meter. Fixed an issue where an unintended temp icon was being displayed on her buff bar. Loki, Flurry Strike, increase final strike damage from it was on a scale of 40 to 140, now it's going to be on a scale of 55 to 135. Increase the final strike scaling from 60% to 70%. Tier, change stance, increase assault stance power. It originally was on a scale of 0 to 50, where it would go up by 10 per level. Now you're going to get 18 power whenever you go from 0 points into it to 1 point into it, and then the final point is going to be 50. Same with the defensive stat. Originally it was on a scale of 0 to 50. It's going to stay on a scale of 0 to 50, but instead of getting 10 at each level, you're going to get 18 for the first level and then 8 for each of the following levels. Ao Kuang, Dragon King's Sword, decreased power up time from 20 seconds to 12 seconds. I think this is a good change. I think Ao Kuang is actually a really slept on god. I think he's really good in the jungle and even half decent in mid lane. Dragon Call, increase attack damage. It was on a scale of 30 to 90. Now it's going to be on a scale of 35 to 95. Sylvanas has some general changes. Increase base movement speed from 365 to 370. Increase base attack speed from 0.85 to 0.9. Increase base attack speed per level from 0.6 to 0.8. Ardeo, Energy Surge, and Maulprey, decrease mana cost. It was on a scale of 50 to 70. Now it's going to be on a scale of 40 to 60. Decompose, increase duration of the debuff from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Shapeshift, increase duration of the buff from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Muzen Cab, Stinger, which is a revert, increase base damage. It was on a scale of 255 to 575. Now it's going to be on a scale of 275 to 595. Increase physical power scaling from 100% to 110%. I think this is a good change. If you are unaware, AMC is a monster in Joust. Not that great in Conquest because he doesn't really have movement speed abilities. He has his hives that provide a movement speed, but he doesn't have a designated jump. Apollo, So Beautiful, increased damage from it was on a scale of 80 to 320. Now it's going to be on a scale of 90 to 330, so plus 10 at all ranks. Artemis, her Transgressor's Fate, increased the deploy range from 35 units to 40 units, so her 1 is going to be able to be cast a little bit further. Chalk, Stormcall, increase damage mitigation Chalk gains while channeling from 50% at all ranks to now it's going to be 50% at level 1 and 70% at level 5. Alpoash, fixed an issue where boss monsters could kill Alpoash's deployable corpses. Undead Surge, decreased mana cost. It was on a scale of 70 to 90. Now it's going to be on a scale of 60 to 80. Corpse Explosion, decreased mana cost from 60 to 80. Now it's going to be 60 at all ranks. Fleeting Breath, decreased mana cost from 70 at all ranks. Now it's going to be 60 at level 1 and 80 at level 5. Well, that's going to be it for all of the god changes. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the upcoming skins. So 4 of these skins have already come out and already live in Smite. The Demon Scourge Athena and then the Sacred Arrow Rama are both exclusive to the Odyssey event. I think the Demon Scourge Athena skin looks really good in game. Then we have the Chilling Wrath Hades and the Snow Kitten Bastet, which are both exclusive to the Winter Wonderland chest. I think the Chilling Wrath Hades looks really good. And then the skins coming out today, we have the Bake-danuki Danzaburou, and then we have the Ascended Danzaburou, the Danzaburou Mastery skins. Then we have the Molten Destroyer Cthulhu, which is going to be exclusive to Smite Friends, which is an event going live today. Then we have the Danzabora, exclusive to the Smite Friends. I think the skin looks absolutely fantastic. The Radiant Heroine Bellona, which is going to be exclusive to the Righteous Paladin chest. Then we have the Sorain Conjurer Al Poish, which is going to be exclusive to the Mystic Shaman chest. And then we have the Phoenix Fury Kukulkan, which is going to be with the Smite Friends event. Then on December 29th, 4 days after Christmas, we're going to have the Malware Monarch Persephone, which I think looks pretty good. The World Tour Nemesis, which I think looks really good. The Space Cadet Vulcan, which I think is the best skin of the 5 coming out on December 29th. Then we have the Living Alloy Jormungandr, which I think looks very good. And then the SWC Championship Changa. The first 3 skins, or I guess the first 2 skins, are going to be part of the Smite Friends events. And then the Vulcan skin, Yorm skin, are going to be locked away behind chests. Then the Changa is going to be a Twitch reward. Then on January 12th, we have the Zero Gravity Nike, which is going to be exclusive to the Smite Friends event. The Witching Hour Freya, which is a Smite Friends event. The Thunder Fang Thor, and then the Rogue Android Izanami are both going to be tied behind chests. Been playing a lot of Cyberpunk, and this Rogue Android Izanami reminds me of Cyberpunk, but I think the best skin of this bunch is the Thunder Fang Thor. Well, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share it with that one Smite friend who needs a little bit of help. If you are interested in a Danzabora guide and how to build them, be sure to check back on the channel tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.